Yeah, I guess we're live. I sent you the link. Hang on a second. Yeah, I sent the link to the guys. Why not? Yep, that's what I saw. Can you try comment? Se você commenter que se vai, ele já commenter. Send it. Yep. There's a little bit of delay, but I think this will work with that. Static files. Is the font okay? Yeah. Let me zoom in out of it. Then I can like 16. Now? This time should abstract. Again, this needs to be like dated as we go along. Come on. So where do we use access? So I know I use the file system in parse. So this is not used. Good. And then here is a lot of. Okay, so we have maker with permissions. So we should have this and find what I guess is just an end. And what? Is an error. Okay. I'll take a path. Choose a string and file. Choose mode and it will return an error. It's a directory. And then here we should return an error. Something that happened. And if this happened, and insufficient permission. Let's see. We have changed it. Why do we this is gonna be tricky. then we have create file, and I know that use format. Okay, so we have open file. Like std. Why goes the language? Fast? And compiles, and you can cross compile it. So starting from a given platform, say I have a Mac, and I can cross compile it into any other platform, which is cool. And it has a pretty standard library for utility function, for utility command line applications, and that was cool, I guess. Will you checker support? Yes. I don't know if there is an issue there, but if there is no issue in there, we surely will create one for this. Yep. Okay. So I didn't branch out. That's my database. I don't know. FS. Yeah, sure. Having an issue is always good. That's your first contribution to the project. So today we are trying to solve the issue number 30, which is the abstraction of the file system interactions. And to do that, we should group all of our function calls that calls into the OS package into some kind of abstraction call. We are calling it file system. And from there, we are going to use the effort package to kind of mimic the OS interactions by doing all of the work in memory. Because don't require any new stuff. So where was I? I needed a B file. And to create file. So this has been changed. Create file, I guess it doesn't change. And in file.write string, I guess we did that, we just template in, and yeah, that works too. Okay, I guess we're done here. Yes, let's take a look at the showcases. So here, use ISL. Yes, we do. So here there are no files interactions, which is good, I guess. At least I don't think we have it. Okay, I know config uses some. Let's check config. Those are the default configuration. This needs to be changed at some point by loading this, I guess. It's on OS stat. I'm not sure if the docs for alpha has something such as stat. Oh, it has it. Okay. And then the location and create default configuration and save default configuration will require yeah, I will tell that right file. Oh, this needs to be changed. We'll deal with this later, but we should like have stat at least. What does egor stand for, by the way? So yeah, that's like a nice question. So I named it egor because the guy who created the first extension to support competitive program his handle at least is egor, and he created the C helper plugin for IntelliJ. And then yeah, egor sounds like a good name for it, because we didn't like invent the tool, we just applied this in a different context. It's always stat. Alright. Let's get it from the other file. For the life of me, I can't remember. Get configuration now. We just want to get the configuration. Alright, here. So we return a file info. Okay, so we will seal this definition. Cool. Won't use a dark theme, your eyes will thank you in the future. Nah, I prefer white themes. That's why I bought glasses. So let's try to hunt. So copy uses this somehow. So yeah, same remark as here. We had it like why postpone it? Read file. Read. Either to return a string or a. So what does this return? A buffer? Return byte. Okay, let's do the same. And then we can delegate. Or error. Okay. Java context. And reads the content. File. Or returns error if for some reason. This is by no means a way to write proper docs, but yeah, write file. String, I'll take white. This content. I get the path. String. Just like I saw this in config, so I will just something. Okay, so we don't have that in here. Apply default configuration. Oh, we default to the configurator. Okay. Read file. I don't remember where I saw it. Let me check my to-dos. Okay, this is it. So we take the location, the buffer, and the permissions. Finally, if the file does not exist, it creates it with the given permissions, and I suppose it performs the mask. Otherwise, it will just write the file. All right. and this will somehow it's still the same. Come on, what am I doing? Even that will require us to write our own competitive companion. So the idea, I have another issue, I guess it's issue 31, which will enable you to create tasks from unsupported platforms, but you'll have to do some manual work, essentially. Alright, so we handled that. Alright. French gaze. So this will handle some type of I/O. So some type of... yeah, this needs to be removed. Open file from so what do we do here? Yes, OS open. Yeah. Just add it here. I guess it's read-only. You can't write to it, even if you have a pointer to it. Buffer new scanner. We suppose that the file reference will already be there. So Okay, so run. So open, we already figured it out. Open file, I guess, also. So read file is taken care of. Stat. Okay, so OS not exist. I guess we don't have that. And we don't have that actually. The temporary, but I don't think that's gonna be a problem. The time being, at least. Let's provide the implementation for this. Yep. ماشي. So now judges users run judge nothing there is anything else. Let's check config. Yeah, we already did that. No. Nothing in here. And this will contain our ADT, which is good. A resolver. Yeah, let's use this. All this are templates. The formatter. Yes, okay. So now we can start replacing all of our file system dependencies with our implementation of the file system. Alright, let's see. So let's start with run. But yeah, I guess I'll go back here and then create a function. I will have a function that will create a system. This should return a. I'm tempted to pass a node. Okay, mem file system. This will return a file system. Implement those at some point. And so whenever we use them, we need to kind of provide them somewhere. And let's start with the one maybe. So hey you. So let's go back on top and then let's see. So probably should create a file system here and the config. Kind of tempted. Yeah, all of those should like take some kind of reference of file system. We should like reference that's that. Really? I think I have a stat in there. Oh. That's not tricky. and do the same here. And then get defaults configuration, user config there, and that's, I guess, no problem. But if this causes problem later, we'll have to deal with it. And save configuration, this should pass on the FS. Because this kind of writes to some file. FS file system. And here we should replace that with FS and not OS. Yeah, guess so. And then here also should take FS. And load configuration. So let's see, so OS user config. So FS white file. I guess this file is done. Let's close C1. So we create the FS because we told about create file system, and then here we know that we need to create the actual file system. So create like a pointer, and let's see, load method from path. I guess this accesses the, yeah, this also needs the FS to look at the file system. Open file from path. FS does open. So we don't have an open file from path. Why? Let's replace this with OS. Oh, so it wasn't OS base. So this uses FS. That should work. It should take an FS. And then here is FS. This should take in a FS, which is like a file system instance. And it should replace it with FS. Create file. That requires so to save the file, it's gonna be tricky. Should it be like part of the egor meta instance? Maybe. Actually unclear. Let us add it as a parameter, and if it deems useful, we can add it in later. Yeah, should go back to run and create a new judge for, and the judge, I guess, needs a reference to the file system. And we should give it a reference, I suppose. Yes. Then we should go like, add this to create field. Nice. Thank you. Do the same. And yeah, we need to pass in this, and the report won't use it in this, but the judge will. Okay, so the execute is passing in the judge. Let's go and see. So this will do like judge FS. Oh, it takes in a judge. Yikes. Should be refactored somehow. And I guess that's changed. And then we here have like fetch.fs, and then we can continue. And then here, same thing. That's done, yes. So we don't use a gel anymore. Should remove the import. So I'm still trying to find any reference to a file. I'm trying to manipulate the file without using FS. There is a problem here. Let's be addressed. I guess that's it. All of the references here. Okay. Okay, so let's see how it goes. finding. Let's create something like this in file system, I guess. Church. I guess keep it for reference, but so here we create a file system, and we are able to create it here without problems. As we know here, this is going to be an invoke from the command line, and if you invoke it from the command line, we know that this is like the correct file system. So we need this one, and this needed with us. This needs NFSs, and this needs NFSs. Like I said, all right. Because this is done. So now config. Launch our problem with this. we should this is repeated somewhere. Parse. Let's create it here. taken care of. And config dust. Yeah, we're gonna have problems in dusts. But I guess that's seasonal. I can easily fix it. So this is fixed, I guess. Alright. Let's try to fix some tests. This time we will need to create. Now we will kind of resort to it. And then cloud configuration, only this, and the test now should run. For the time being we don't have any implementation of that, that's okay. And let's remove some redundant types. Parse test. I don't think even we have to delete it. But yeah, let's keep git purchases and do that. And then here I'll have like a place for system. Folder of this. Remove this from here. So here we're going to do that. And yes, so this that fixes this one. And then config this. We kind of don't have anything else, and yeah, here we'll have to create it again. Alright. Huh. So which type of thing? Alright, I guess this replaces all the occurrences of OS open and OS something else. Not sure. I guess that's about it. Yeah. So let's do that commit. Add file. Format start perform code analysis. Just bunch of tables. So no questions from the audience until now. Alright. I guess I'll just continue. So let's go to futils and try to implement this. So we will actually have two implementations. Let's create like the struct calculative file system, and we want to implement stuff for it. Alright, so here we are just going to delegate. This is the easy part. Hey, it's Matt. So this is just the easy part, I guess. Just replacing everything with everything. So path and mode. And just return it. Yeah, for this tool, I guess it made sense to write it in Go. Yeah, sure. How about now? Is it good? Can you hear me okay? Open file. Name flag. Cool. As I said, like Go seemed like a good option to write this command line application. The app is small, so it was like either this or Python, and I prefer having my types. And for this, like the types are baked in, and the tooling for getting dependencies and adding and testing was like all in the same package. So we went with Go. It was either Go or Rust, and I didn't know much Rust at the time. Not that I do know much right now, but yeah. Of course. Yeah, Go is cool. Read file? Oh, so we don't have a read file. Okay. I guess we would just do the file usual. Yeah. And Write to file, we did like the same thing. Turn audio util. Write to file, file name, data, and for write lines, we yeah, sure. Link to the repo is in the description of the chat. If it's not there, I can like paste it in the chat again. Go back to this later. Finish the easy ones. Start. Play. No. That's not it. Is not exist. Okay. Now I don't remember where we needed this. I guess run it is. How about now? Is it good? Let's. I have the music now, it's fine. Right? Cool. So where was I? Yeah, I needed like, I guess it's print case. And we needed to read off our showcase maybe. I don't remember where. No, that's not there. Copy maybe? No. Config, no. Case. Alright, this is it, I guess. I know I left it for a reason. Now I can remove it. And basically, returning a new instance of the file system should make it all work. The test won't pass, but so we called it native file system. Really? I know for sure that this is implemented as file system. Really? I guess all of the stuff I implemented for native file system. Yeah, it's a file system and not. Yeah, maybe I made a little bug. Now I need to find like all usages of this. Yeah, bad bugs happen every time. problem. Same pattern here. Oh man, I really fucked it up. Good thing that I didn't use the star ruler. Alright, let's try to build it maybe. Right, so I still have stuff in config. 48. Commands. Go 48. Yeah. Problems Thursday. 68 also. Yeah. Now. And 27. Yeah. And I guess that should be it. Build. Now we should add these files. Without the changes made to files. Let's leave it up. Unless I made the previous command. I'm using Golang. Goland, I guess. Goland, sorry. Oh man, I forgot about this. It tests now. Yeah, now it's golden. Run it again. Probably not a good idea, but okay. So let's try and run it for some case. Code forces. Maybe pick some problem. I don't know this. I didn't solve. I'll pick something I already solved. And yeah. Let's try and use it. I'll install it for now. And open up a new terminal. Okay, so let's try parsing this. And okay, I guess let's sleeping schedule. And if we like Chachon's name, I'll just copy the solution from here. See if the run still works. Yeah, apparently it still works. Looks fine. Good. Alright. Oh, now let's go into like writing the in-memory one. I guess the best course of action is to implement this and see how. So now tests will fail, obviously. Oh, sorry, no test. Tests are failing, of course, because they can't create files and they can't create directories, which is fine, I guess. So now we'll have to. We'll need to add on this dependency. For some reason, as which version is what's the version of Afro? Not sure though. Let's just install this and see which version it will pick up. It's v1.2.2.2. Okay. So now it's requiring Avro and Afro. Okay. Let's just type mem file system, which is a struct that has nothing in it. Let's implement file system to SkyFS and for alright. But this time the struct will have an instance of so afro dot new so new mem. So this returns an fs, which is like an okay. So afro fs and then again fs afro dot fs. Now we have effort 2 and we have effort 2 and effort 1. Is not exist is like to keep the consistency between the native API provided by the Go runtime and our file system, because like we have the same method implemented in OS, and they called it is not exist. It sounds a little bit off, but yeah, the goal here was like consistency. Now what? Okay, so we can delegate now, I guess. F dot make there. So I can't call make there on this. Declare backend. I don't understand what are they trying to do here. It is important to note that if you repeat the composite literal, you will be using a completely new and isolated file system. In the case of OSFS, it will use the same underlying file system, but will reduce the ability to drop in. Oh, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. This is like, so you call it thread. Oh, that. Oh no 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 no! I can like. New map fs. So this returns an fs and fs.af.maker path and mode. Yeah, I didn't think it'll have like change directory, so I'll just delegate OS. Flag and Chrome. Okay, so this returns what? Does it return internal type? What can't I use? Can you elaborate, Usman? Yes. For this for the in-memory implementation, it doesn't matter that much, because changing the directory of the process is. I don't think we want to mock it, in a way, but might cause a problem, I guess, because you want to resolve the paths given to next calls according to this instance of the file system. It might cause problems, but a test will kind of guide us through it, I hope. So there is no type conversion between a file and... Man, this is bad. Yeah. Yeah, that might prove to be problematic. But yeah, I guess we'll have to go... When I get back to the testing phase, I guess I'll see this. I'll see how this will turn up, I guess. I have a little bit of a problem here because I can't convert between their internal implementation of a file and the OS file interface. Yeah, so about the change in directory thing, I don't see any other way that we can mock change in directories, but yeah, maybe like adapting the internal implementation of the file system in tests to resolve according to a specific directory. Because the only problem I can see in mind, if I give it a relative path and I call change directory before, it will affect the change. Yeah, that's what I was like thinking. Yeah. So we need to kind of have, does it resolve from a change directory, or does it resolve without changing the directory? Yeah, exactly. I guess I'll do that in tests once I figure out like a solution to my little problem here. So file is not compatible with file. Ah, man. Why is that file? I don't want a duck type. A file is just a struct that has a pointer to some kind of file, and I'm guessing yeah, that's bad. It's very bad. Can fire upon the file using a given flag. So yeah, returning a file here is blocking a little bit. Underdock. Streams? Can you elaborate? Hmm. Did you finish the project? Or do you have a link? You can go take a look at it. Um, I'll kind of re-explain the problem that I have, like very briefly. So this is like the operations I need currently in the repo, and the problem I have is from here I return OS file, and OS file is not compatible with the instance that Afero returns, which means I will need to somewhat remove this. Somehow opening a file without opening a file, or even though exposing Afero's utility function. Oh, that would be a good idea, because he's mocking internally the internal representation. Oh yeah, that's good. I guess I have an easier fix. So the problem here is we don't want to mock this, to adhere to this, and he proposes the same API for OS FSs and memory FSs, and we try to do like the same here, but we can do like make this match this and just use it, I guess. Sometimes I open the file to read the content, write the file, create a directory. This is like the list of operations that I would like to have. Go get some water. Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna change my interface to operate on primitives from the Afro library, although this will make it will make the implementation really dependent on the Afro library, and that defies the cause of having an interface in the first place. And now I might be like tempted to just use it without an interface. Yeah, that was like the goal of this issue, of solving this issue, is to add another layer of abstraction, so that we can test easier. So we kind of refrained from adding tests when building the projects, because we had a lot of I/O, and the environment where we build the project is not always controlled. So you don't know what permissions you have in the process that is actually building and running your test. So that's why we try to move to an in-memory file system. And yeah, by adding this file system abstraction, we want it to be like flexible, to change the implementation someday if this library is kind of not maintained anymore, or write our own. But yeah, I don't think that will work, because returning OS That file here is not ideal. I would assume so. What do you mean by a stream? So stream can have like multiple meanings, or at least to my understanding. So a stream can be like a byte array. No? Even that has different meanings. So do you mean like IO streams or streams, Java 8 streams? Okay. Let's Google it. Yeah. I don't think there is something like. No. So the closest thing that you can get there, I guess, is a reader, maybe. But here, you open a file, you get a file pointer or a file handler, and you read from it. Yeah. Here you get a file, and I guess like a reader. Many implementations. So, I guess this is like similar to what's. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the closest thing to what to a stream here is, by the definition, I guess, is a reader. This is the closest thing to a Java's input stream. Yep. What do you have in mind? Yep, there is one. Yeah, I guess I got what you mean. So just replacing this with something like iReader. I don't know if we have like. Yep. Yep. I guess that can solve the issue with a little bit of tweaking. Yep. And then I suppose we can read stuff from it. Let's see. We have read file. So you use something like this. io.read file, and this internally will just open up the file and keep on reading until we kind of read all the bytes, or at least it's gonna decide the size of the bytes. It's a good, but not something. Then read all. I guess it's gonna do the reading part. Yeah, even read all takes on a reader. And I guess file also implements a reader, which is good. And the code, we use it somewhere around like whenever this is invoked. Yeah, it takes in a reader. But we can't invoke read all. We would have to implement that little bit of logic ourselves. Because read all is kind of private to the package. But I suppose a file for some reason. Yeah. So we have file here. File is a reader, and I don't know if the OS file is a reader. No, OS file is not a reader. But I suppose we can make it work with it. Just fix that. Yeah, it will be. It should be at least. Let's make it so I work. So open file now is IO reader, and we presumably should. So opening up a file, we return a file, and I'm not sure if this implements it. Yeah, file implements it. So a file pointer is a reader. Is good. We can do that, I guess. Reader. guess this will can solve our issue. Yeah, sure. Thanks, Osman. All right. So we changed it a little bit to take on a reader. And there are no problems here, except one, I guess. Yeah. Which is good. Now we can go back, I guess, to whatever is. So we used open file here. So fs that open. So it is a reader, and we don't know how can we close it. Tricky. We can't convert from a reader to a standard output thingy. I really don't know. So if we open a reader, we should close it. And from a reader alone, there is no way that we can close it. there a reader-writer interface? I don't think there is.
There's someone watching?
Uh,
I think I'm the only one watching.
Yep.
Can you guys know?
Yeah, that was type interface reader writer. Problem is, can I? Return like something that implements a reader and something that implements a writer. Tricky. Yeah, I guess we'll stop the live here. So I'll finish this up like tomorrow maybe. It's kind of tricky. Let's think of a solution offline for this, and be hopefully like finding out one quite soon. Yeah, see you in the next one, I guess. Bye guys.